What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 1. What is this?
Eats with Zoe and Cass.
What is it like? It's a podcast?
Yeah, I guess our podcast series.
Interesting. And what is it called?
Eats with Zoe and Cass.
Eats with Zoe and Cass, episode 1. Welcome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year 2023.
I know.
So what do we got here, Cassandra? What do we got? What are we doing?
All right, y'all. So really, this is just another form of us eating on camera. I mean, if you watched, you see me doing mukbangs with my fellow friends. This is my fiance slash co-business partner. We found him a hall, so together. So now this is just kind of something we do together instead of the other mukbangs.
Feels great. Feels awesome to be doing this with my fiance, eating food with you guys. So let's get started.
Yeah, so every podcast episode, we're going to talk about kind of like what are we eating today. Doesn't necessarily have to be Filipino food, but today we did see Grandma yesterday.
Saw my grandma. She was so happy to see us.
So she gave us some Filipino egg rolls. I think this is the vegetarian version, right, Alonzo?
The tofu?
No, I think it's just like vegetables from what I saw.
Oh, okay. She told me she put some tofu in there. I'm not very sure.
Yeah, so we have vegetable egg rolls. I usually do lumpia, which is more of the pork version. But in the Philippines, you can do both. His family is vegetarian and they don't eat pork. Sometimes they eat chicken. Your other side.
Yeah, my parents are vegan, so yeah, they be putting us on to some vegan foods.
Healthier foods.
Healthier foods, healthier choices in 2023. But yeah, we got my grandma's tofu / vegetarian vegan egg roll.
Yeah, and in the Philippines, for New Year's, it's a tradition to do Noche Buena, which is the Christmas version, but for New Year's Eve it's the same thing where you kind of wait until midnight. Everyone makes a huge feast, and so there's usually like egg rolls, pancit, different like things like menudo or dinaguan. So like more of like the luxurious Filipino items or dishes because it's like ringing in the new year for prosperity, abundance of food and wealth. And there's like weird traditions. Like what was the tradition that I told you that I like almost forgot and I was like highly upset?
Oh yeah, round fruit on the table.
Yeah, it means good health for the upcoming year. And I was like, with COVID and all that, we definitely need to make sure we're in good health for the new year.
Facts,
so
yeah.
I'm eating mine, dipping it into a sweet chili sauce. Alonzo, what are you dipping yours in?
I'll probably dip into the soy sauce. I got my own little plate here too.
I have my little Prosecco. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm.
Let me see. Let me go in.
Yeah, I have a white shirt on, so I'm not trying to use my fingers.
And a white couch.
And a white couch.
This is going to be very difficult for us to do if we're going to be eating food on our white couch.
I know, that's daredevils. Mm. Mm-hmm. I think that's what Grandma needs to teach me. I don't make vegetable egg rolls.
Grandma never misses. She was so happy to cook for us when we pulled up. Mm-hmm. Well, she had the whole spread. She had the egg rolls, chicken adobo. What else she had? She had short rib, pancit. Yeah, we was eating really good. Chicken adobo, my favorite. Can't forget that.
She made it twice for us already.
I was telling Cassandra, I was like, I think I might like your adobo better, but I ain't gonna tell my grandma that.
Grandma, don't be watching this and get mad. My bad.
Shout out, Grandma. I love you. Let me take one more bite.
We also have a special guest. His name is Mello. He'll be chilling with us.
That's what you named him?
Yeah, I think I'm naming him Mello.
Mello?
Because I keep calling him Squishmallow. Squishy.
That's a good name. We did a white Secret Santa, or not white.
What?
Secret Santa. And this was gifted to Cassandra.
Shout out Annie.
Annie, shout out Annie. She was on episode 2 of
our Kamayan mukbang.
Yeah, Eating with Mahal, which Cassandra runs. All women guests, so if you're into that, go tap in. But what are we going to get into first?
So we're kind of, I really want to just talk about like 2022. I feel like it was a big year for Mahal.
22 was a big year. 22 was a big year.
Like, how was it? How did you think in terms of business did we do?
In terms of business, I feel like it was a great year. It was really fun. A lot of ups and downs. We learned a lot in the second year of being open. We know our worth. I know it sounds super corny, but it's true. It's facts. We know what audiences we are catering to, and you know.
Yeah, like I think venturing into different food things, like you can do catering, private dinners, pop-ups. I mean, there's so much in the food industry that you could really center to, and I think that after being open for almost a year and 6 to 8 months now, I'm kind of like, okay, this is what I really like to do. This is what we really don't like to do. As a chef, as a business owner, some things just don't make sense for us. I think that was really one of the biggest things that we took away from 2022 was like learning to say yes to everything, but also learning when to say no.
Yeah, and that was really good learning for us. But yeah, I feel like it's been great. It's been fun.
We've accomplished so much in 2022. Probably like our biggest, like I feel like when we did our first goals in January last year, we like didn't really think of anything to it. We were just kind of like thinking of these big goals, and then we actually accomplished a lot of it.
Yeah, it feels good. Because for me personally, when we go write our goals, you know, only look at it like for that first week. And then like when we come back towards the end, you know, of the year, we'll see what will be checked off. We'll be damn near checked off all of them.
Yeah.
So it was really in my subconscious to get all the stuff we wanted to do, you know, just to get it done, you know. And it, like I said, I don't know how many times I would say it, it felt great as a business owner. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I can keep up, but we do.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like our last event, I mean, if I'm going to be really honest, I didn't think it was going to happen this year.
Yeah, I mean, we made it happen, you know, within a month and a half, you know, in December, from the thought of it to us making phone calls, getting in contact with people, to the actual dinner. So
on top of me working a really busy season right now.
Yeah.
In the industry. I work personally in the industry full time, so doing both, that's another lesson that that we've had to learn this year. That was insane. But our last event was a private dinner for 16 people. It was a ticketed event. So to do that from start to finish, I mean, we're engaged, and that's like planning basically a wedding.
Basically.
That's like planning a reception. And I'm like,
Basically. I was telling Cassandra, I was like, after this, we got to start focusing on the wedding, like, because we can't do nothing else till we get married. So.
But I kind of want to do a Valentine's Day one.
She wants to do a Valentine's Day
and a birthday one. My birthday's in March, so it's, our wedding's supposed to be in May.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get done in 2023.
We're so busy. We're trying to do, oh, I didn't tell you this. My dad wants to spend his 50th birthday in Philippines, and that's in September. So we're already, so I think we might have to do like a honeymoon / 50th birthday for my dad.
We'll talk about it later. What was the next subject you wanted to go to?
I kind of want to ask, did your grandma ever like do any weird New Year's Eve traditions?
Not that I remember. To be honest, I really don't remember. I know my grandma loves Christmas. Like every other Filipino loves getting gifts. But no, I don't know. I need to ask her. That's a good question.
Yeah, I think for my mom, they're in the Philippines right now. My mom and my dad are both in the Philippines to celebrate New Year's Eve there. So I haven't even looked at all the videos that they have of them like doing games, karaoke, all that crazy stuff. But my mom was like really big into like making sure you like jump at New Year's to like signify growth, like you're like growing. As a kid, once I realized I'm like gonna stay 5 feet tall, like I stopped growing. There's no way I'm gonna jump on New Year's. But my mom has like this stack of a bag of like coins, like old coins that she's kept throughout the years. She takes it out every New Year and starts shaking it during the countdown because it signifies more money.
Do we do that this year?
No, we do the rice one. So we get a bowl of rice for food, abundance of food on the table, and then this year we put $100 bill in it. Last year was like a what, $20 bill?
It was like a 20, yeah. So, I mean, we sort of did come up in money this year. So, I mean, I believe in it.
Yeah.
You know, what you told me earlier that, you told me yesterday that you kind of scared not to do it now.
Yeah, I'm like afraid not to do it. I don't know if I truly believe in it. I mean, I do.
You do it every year. So.
I know I do it every year, but I'm like, does it really happen? Well, what do you think was besides saying our worth, what do you think was like one of the biggest challenges that we did this year?
One of the challenges of 2022, definitely, you know, trying to do this with a full-time job.
Yeah.
Like Cassandra said, she's in the industry, she works crazy hours. I work 12-hour shifts, so like trying to get things done, you know, I say that was pretty challenging for us, you know, just planning around it.
I mean, yeah, you have Sundays off, but you get off at 6:30, and most of our events were Saturday, Sunday, and I'm usually working Friday, Saturday, so for us to fit in or squeeze in an event between all those crazy hours, like, we don't sleep. Yeah. We're usually cranky, and I feel bad because I'm like, dang, we're supposed to be like intentional about our business, but like we don't, like we're just, and I think that was the biggest lesson for me was like, I want to be more intentional where I'm not, I know I'm capable of it. I come from a competition background, but our business isn't just a competition where we can just make as much profit as possible. It's our baby.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of profit, we didn't really even see profit this year like that.
I mean, after all of, I think our last event was what put us negative.
Negative, yeah.
Because we came up, like with any new venture, you start off with all the startup costs, and it was not easy.
No, it was not easy. Just trying to get everything. Like stuff is expensive, yo, and it's like, you know, it's just me and Cassandra funding this. I mean, you know, it's our baby, like you said. So, you know what? There's really no regrets to anything, because like when we, you know, buy our equipment and we do the event, and afterwards we feel awesome. To, you know, put a smile on people's faces.
I will say, baby, remember when we had, like when we first started doing pop-ups, like I was like, oh my God, all this starting equipment. But once we got into like, after, I want to say when we did Trinity Ciders, I was like, oh, like we good. Like this is chilling.
Yeah,
like
the first few pop-ups, I was kind of scared, you know. I was just very anxious. Cassandra would be all talking. I'm like, Cassandra, like, what are you doing? But at the same time, you got to have fun with it. And we do that. We do have a lot of fun with it. Our private dining, I got a little bit too lit. I'm trying to cut back on that. But I got a little bit too lit.
Yeah, we definitely, like, it definitely does get easier. And I think that's something if you're, like, aspiring to open something like this, we're going to talk about this later. But still, like, if you're aspiring to open something like this, like, it does get really hard, and the startup costs are not easy. Taxes, I was, like, really afraid of our taxes this year. Or last year, and I'm still afraid of it this year, but I'm trying to come with a better mindset. I mean, as a business owner, obviously you're going to have to pay a couple taxes. But yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things that we accomplished is that we're an LLC, so we're like legal.
Yeah. I got that for her birthday. Was that last year?
Shout out, baby.
Yeah. My name on it too. Don't forget that.
I had to fill it out, so. But that's, I mean, that was like, we were established on my birthday. That was really cool. What was another thing? What was another really big event? I mean, we did our first charity event. That was really sweet.
Are we talking about accomplishments or are we talking about challenges?
We can do both. Whatever you want. I mean, I don't want to say it out loud, but some of the challenges was also, like, as a chef or as a business owner, I think we always want to say yes to things. And there was a few opportunities that I was like, yo, that's crazy money. Like, but because we are a 2-person business and we don't actually have extra employees, I mean, shout out my baby brother for always coming out and helping, and like my best friend Kay. But we actually don't have prep cooks or anything like that. So it's usually me. And so for people to reach out to us about like 3,000 people events, like it's really hard to say yes. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I really wish I did it. But also it's really good for us to say no when it doesn't fit us, or we're not going to provide like 100% service.
And then, like, I think she explained to the people what pop-up kitchens are, what pop-ups are, because I was trying to explain to my family, and it was like, what is that?
Oh yeah. So the best way I put it is you literally just pop up.
Yeah.
Like locations or events will ask you to be a vendor, a food vendor, and that requires your own equipment, your own setup, your own ingredients. You're cooking on the spot or you're providing service right then and there during these like 2-hour, 3-hour events. We've like partnered with local restaurants, bars mostly,
yeah.
but boutiques who do like little like things on Saturdays and Sundays, kind of like an event. We did a charity event. The biggest challenge with those is like you literally are like a traveling kitchen. Like you take everything with you and you set up.
Which was super challenging at first because I forget which one of the pop-ups we did. We was looking for an outlet. Couldn't find an outlet to, plug in our electric heaters that we just bought.
Yeah.
But we transitioned to gas.
Yeah, I know that.
We transitioned to gas now, so we really about to pop up everywhere now.
I know. Now we have like it down, like this, and this. I mean, there's a few things, and I think that's also another thing. If you ask other pop-up kitchens, like one of the biggest challenges for a pop-up kitchen is like you're just gonna forget something. You're always gonna forget something. I remember the charity event. What did I forget? Tongs, and I was upset. I was highly upset.
And I always tell her to make a list, but like make a list, make sure we got everything.
But even like our last event, the private dinner, I made a list and we left all of my serving, like my plating utensils, like my plating tongs, my spoons, all of that in the sink because I used it.
Shaking my head out
I
loud.
know. That's one of my goals. Something I want to work on is I'm organized, but that's really hard to come up with whenever you're doing pop-ups.
Yeah. I mean, we always make it happen.
Yeah.
Man, just really shout out everyone that has came. We're trying to figure out a reward systems for you guys. We're going to figure out something for y'all because we got some loyal customers.
I know. Oh, my gosh.
And we really appreciate you guys. We're going to figure something out. Like, every 5 times you come to Mall Hall, you get a free sandwich or something. Who knows?
Oh.
Little punch card.
Hey, if someone mentioned that at the last event, they were like, I'm here at every event. I need a punch card. I'm like, ooh.
Who was that, Nay?
I don't know.
I know it's one of our friends. But shout out y'all, man. For real. Y'all make this shit happen, man.
I know. They made us sell out our private dinner, our very first one, in a day and a half. And we even did like a quiet, like exclusive pre-sale. And we still sold out the first day.
I mean, we posted on Instagram, so I don't know how exclusive that is. But
we messaged people though.
We only had 16 seats, so we was gonna sell out regardless. She thought we wasn't, but I was like, we know 16 people that would buy these tickets.
Yeah, that's true. The next one's gonna be a little bit more exclusive.
A little bit more.
At least I'm hoping so.
Well, shout out Cabas too, our live performer. He's really the GOAT. He's been with us
Since the start.
He's been helping us, throwing us,
Opportunities whenever we need.
so many opportunities, man. Shout out
Yeah.
Cabas, you're the GOAT for real.
The craziest one I think that a lot of people don't know is that we did Allen Media, which is a really big company, and they are starting the Loop. So if you're in Dallas and you love to hike or like to walk trails, the Loop is currently in construction, so they're connecting all of the trails in Dallas together. So it's like one big old loop.
Shout out Dallas,
Yeah.
that's dope. Shout out Allen Media, I remember them.
We were doing that one. That was crazy.
That was one of our very first big opportunities
Yeah.
last year. Cassandra made show pal, all that good stuff.
And then we had Cabas doing his pop-up too,
We did, Cabas pop up
which
too.
was I think one of our first like not festival but definitely big event. Like that was like almost 120 people.
Yeah, we got a lot of new customers that day too. A lot of new customers. A lot of people follow us on Instagram. Filipino food in Dallas. Would you say is what's the word I'm looking for? Not exclusive, but like
It's like on the come up.
yeah.
Like I think people really want to see more of it, but it's so scarce sometimes. And unless you're like a fellow Filipino who's like looking for it, sometimes
Yeah.
it's really hard to see it. So I mean, we've been trying to stay more in like the popular realm of Dallas,
Popular.
like in the popular cities, like where you like show up where the masses are, like Bishop Arts.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we're more in like the popular areas.
It's
so-
more like in a city
Yeah.
because we lived in Richardson and we made the transition. Well, Richardson's like North Dallas, probably like 30 minutes up the street. But we made the transition from Richardson to Dallas, you know, to get connected more with the community in Dallas, to do more pop-ups. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
What was another cool thing that we did this year? There was one. I just had it on the top of my head.
Oh, Midnight Rambler.
Oh, that was a really cool one.
Midnight Rambler with Chris Patrick. Shout out Chris Patrick. Go check him out.
His fashion line is inspired by Filipino clothing as well. I think at least his newest one. That was insane. Yeah, that was a really good. I think that was when we were like, this is it. Like, this is our niche.
Yeah, like underground, hotel, speakeasy vibes.
Yeah, and it was so easy working with Midnight Rambler. I used to work for the Jewel, so they were really sweet, but really easy to work. I think that was another takeaway that we learned in 2022 was like find good people and create those like genuine like relationships. Because I mean, we do a lot of our business through like collaboration. So we give something for free, or like they give something for free, and we kind of just work together. So I think that's one of the, like, we've worked with such great companies and great people.
Shout out everyone in Dallas, man. Like I said, it feels good.
Yeah, I mean, we sold that with Imani. That felt so long ago.
Imani, shout out Imani. Yes, we did an event with her. She was curating art for a coffee shop right up the street. I forget off the top of my head.
I think LT, don't butcher me. We'll tag him. But
yeah, they just liked our post. Shout out y'all. We'd love to collaborate again. They sell alcohol there, right?
I think so. Yeah. They were doing the espresso martinis that night. They were providing alcohol services.
We're gonna come back soon. We need to.
Yeah.
But shout out y'all, man.
Trinity Ciders. We sold out on our birthday.
Trinity Ciders.
Yeah, remember we sold out on our birthday day when we opened Mahal.
Yeah, Trinity Ciders. Shout out y'all. The bartenders always hooking it up. Love them for that.
One of the other ones, which was crazy because I didn't realize how much they love Filipino food, Bikers in Wonderland.
Oh, Bikers in Wonderland was lit.
That was insane. Like, it was like one of those opportunities, right, where I say, like, I don't want to always say yes to something, but when I say yes, it kind of makes sense. But Bikers in Wonderland, I'm like, it was just like an event where I was like, wow, that's different. Like,
shout out to Bikers.
Yeah.
They were calling you Chef Cassandra, and that shit had me shook. I was like, Chef Cassandra? That shit had me super shook.
Yeah. Because I'm not a chef on my day-to-day job, but I have been trained in it, so.
Yeah.
So it's like weird sometimes.
Do you embrace it?
I I used to do it. Like, I used to compete and stuff, so I think it was just, I don't know. I've been a restaurant manager, restaurant opener, more of like the front of house side for a very long time, so it's like different to hear someone call you a chef. I mean, that's really what I am, though, when we do Mahal.
Yeah, facts. What are you looking forward to in 2023 with Mahal?
Oh my God, all my crazy ideas.
Like what?
Well, I really want to do, this is a problem. As a bride, I should really be focusing on our wedding.
Well, I told her that. She don't want to listen to me.
But as someone who's really passionate about Mahal, I have all these crazy ideas. Like, there's one that I really want to say out loud, but I don't want to say it yet. You know what I'm talking about? The one in the summer?
I mean, don't worry about it. Yeah, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you looking forward to in 2023?
So I think that in 2022...
2023, yeah. I'm sorry, 2023.
I think in 2022, I realized that private dinners... I mean, I think I've always known this, but I think that's really our niche.
Oh, yeah.
Like, very exclusive, like, events, working with really big, cool venues. We're not traditional in the sense in any way. So working with Midnight Rambler, working Artist Uprising Studios, that definitely made me like, this is it. Like, this is who I am. This is who we are. Those are like what I want our business to look like. So 2023, definitely doing more exclusive themed events like that. That was definitely my focus now. I'm like super inspired. Like, I mean, the day after our event, our last one, our private dinner, I was like already coming up with the menu for Valentine's Day. Alonzo's was like, bro, we have a wedding to plan. And I'm like, but I have Valentine's Day. Mahal, if you don't know, means love. So obviously you have to do Valentine's Day.
We didn't do one last year and she really wanted to. She wanted to do something.
Yeah, I wanted to do our private dinner during Valentine's Day, but it was so close that there was no way that we were going to do it right. So I'm really glad that we did it for December because Christmas is still a big thing for most Filipinos. So yeah, Valentine's Day for sure. My birthday, I just want to have fun. So my birthday, I really want to do a cooking class.
Okay.
What about you, baby?
2023 for Mahal. I really want to take it on the road. I want to take Mahal on the road. Austin, the Bay Area, Houston.
Like in a real traveling kitchen.
That's want to take it on the road. Let different Filipinos from different parts of the country, different cities, taste our food and what we got going down here in Dallas. Dallas and Fort Worth, So just want to take it on the road.
Yeah. I mean, really inspiring people. Like, I think, like, our last event, people were just like, oh my gosh, like, this is something I had when I was a kid. This is something I've never learned before. And I'm Filipino. Or just like, wow, I didn't know that about certain cultures. Like, it's really interesting to showcase it. Because for me, growing up, I'm like, oh yeah, I've always known this. For Alonzo, I mean, there are moments where he's like, oh, I didn't know that. And then to see, like I was telling my parents this, but like to see modern or like Filipino Americans embrace really old school traditions or like old school things that Filipinos do or eat.
I feel like that's a part of being a creative, with your food. It's art at the same time. So like bringing in traditions into the new, into something that's newer, that's going to connect with the old school and the new school.
Yeah,
it's all a part of it. So,
can I ask you what your favorite thing you ate that we made this year?
Oh no, it's always gonna be adobo for me. It's always gonna be adobo.
What about one of our events?
At our events?
Yeah. Can you remember any of them?
I mean, the short braised rib.
Oh, the kare kare? You did have that.
That shit was fire. And the meat was falling off the bone. Pause. Pause. But yeah, I would say that our sandwiches.
Oh, I know. I always go back to our sandwiches. I mean, everyone loves our lumpia, which it's really hard not to like an egg roll or lumpia. Mine's definitely, our tocino sandwiches. Like, when I say that we really do take authentic recipes, this one's probably the only one that we like kind of made it ourselves. Yeah. But it's so good, and it just makes so much sense. Like,
2023, you're gonna see a lot of the sandwiches. That's
fire.
That's the one.
I know. It's so hard to execute sometimes. I think that's the reason why we don't do it often. But when we do, it's a game changer. People love it.
People love it. But I think that's it for episode 1. Eats with Cass and Zoe. As Cassandra's eating a vegan egg roll as we speak. This is something that, when we think of an idea, we just do it. So welcome, guys, to our new venture. Hope to see you again, episode 2. Peace.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.